We're here in North Adelaide, just packing our bikes up, ready to depart. We've had coffee here, and Margaret's happy about the street. So we've had numbers of loud planes flying overhead coming into land. It's the way it is. Right. And we're heading out on the Torrens Linear Trail on the start of our epic Peninsulas tour of South Australia. Funny bit on the right hand side is the Torrens Valley busway all the way along the river. In fact, here comes a bus. And we go down under the busway. Nice riding out along here, just got to follow the right side of the river. So we got a little bit foxed at one stage there and had to go through some suburban streets. We missed a turn. Nice ride along here, lovely forested section all the way through. Just following the river, and a few deviations. This is the Athelstane Flour Mill, an old historic site. Fairly well fenced off though, you can't really see much of it. It's an old historic flour mill from the area. Up the gorge road now. We've got a few kilometres to go before we start the really steep climb up past the gorge. We're just around a couple of more big bends. I think this is that area called Castambul. Place I was trying to think the name of. It's the bottom of the gorge. Pretty soon we'll start climbing steeply. Right now it's nice riding. arrived in Cuddly Creek area. We try to go to the caravan park and tavern. Now caravan park. We'll park up in there, set up camp. Cuddly Creek, and there's a gorge wildlife park here. We were planning to stop at Cuddly Creek, but we got there and found the pub's closed, and as the pub runs the caravan park, we couldn't even book into the caravan park there. So the pub doesn't do meals on a Sunday, despite their open 7 days a week claim. So we're riding on to Gummaraka. We're taking a route through the gorge, the old gorge road, gorge scenic road, which is delightful riding, as you can see here. Get a bit of an idea of it through the trees. It's a very scenic road and fairly low traffic. All the traffic takes another road, the main road, that diverts to avoid this scenic gorge. This is the old main road actually. Gorgeous. Oh. See the big water tank there, water pipeline. I think that's the pipeline from the Murray Bridge that goes across the mountains to Adelaide. Their water supply. Adelaide being a very dry city. Well, we camped down there in the Federation Park it's called. We had a good night's camp there after riding on next to Kenton's Creek, and we're just heading out of Gummaraka. It's a nice town, quite scenic. Oh, there's the town hall, Gummaraka Town Hall, very grand stone built building, and we're heading for Birdwood today, not very far. It was an enjoyable camp in the Federation Park, just across the road from a pub. We went to the pub for dinner and had a very pleasant stop in the park. Camped the night there. Didn't have any troubles. Had facilities nearby, so really it was an ideal setting. Couldn't wish for much more. It does seem to be a fairly big rocking horse, as rocking horses go. It's here because there's a toy factory here. Yep, there's a toy factory and bush park here. I've been past here twice before, never stopped in, but we might. Let's see. This is Birdwood. We have seen the Motor Museum. Heading out of Birdwood on the Cromer Road. A short run to our campsite. Been a fairly short day today. There's the River Torrens again, upper stream of it. Heading out towards Cromer. Sealed Road was a bit of a roller coaster. Now we're down onto some nice, gently graded gravel road. I think we've got a steep climb coming up though. We shall see. Here we are, we camped at Cromer, and after quite a cold night and very cool morning, it's a gorgeous sunny day, as you can see all around. It's a picnic area here. We're probably technically not supposed to be here, but we didn't have any choice, so we just put our tent up and lay down in it and woke up the next morning. It doesn't really count as camping, does it? It's only one night. Anyway,
kangaroos up there.
We saw some kangaroos. We think we heard an emu, and plenty of bird life about. Grass trees in this little reserve. Other side of the road is all pine forest, which is what we're going to be riding through next. So we shall head on.
Birds here.
We're heading on for Tanunda, following the Mawson Trail all the way through.
Some wrens.
Wrens here, yeah.
Found a feather from a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. And there's lots of grey fantails and the beautiful rosellas we had this morning.
And magpies picking around.
A lot of magpies and the choughs you talked about, and lots of other little birds.
Yeah.
You didn't hear a kookaburra? You've not heard a kookaburra?
No, saw something.
This big tree here's got beautiful hollows. There were possums in that. I heard something around on the ground down there last night. It was probably a possum. It was a kangaroo was hopping over there. I could hear the hopping.
Yeah.
In the night.
Right.
Yeah. It might be the same one that was up on the hill up there that we saw. There's two up there I saw.
Yeah, anyway, we're all packed up, ready to go. So, see you soon. Lots of trail markers here showing different trails. Looking for the Mawson Trail sign, but there's everything except the Mawson Trail here. But we're supposed to be on the Mawson Trail route, so we'll just ride on. Some chunky bits to avoid in places, but generally it's a really good surface gravel road through the forest, the Mount Crawford forest. Just missed it. Just saw an emu run across the road. Don't know whether you could see it on the camera, but he went off into the bush over there. We thought we heard some emus this morning. We got up, just when we got up, heard some drumming noises. And, didn't sound like machinery. Look, not like this big bit of old forest machinery. Right. McBean Road, we've done all the forest bit. And over here we see the Mawson Trail signs, reassuring to know we're on the right track. We go that way to the left on Glendevon Road. Out of the Mount Crawford Forest Reserve now, into country roads, country lanes, through farmlands of various types. So much of what the Mawson Trail is like is going through the range of mid-north South Australia's farm country. Very quiet roads, there's no traffic. We've seen one car today so far this morning. Been a lovely ride. Very good temperature today. Enjoyable. After all the hot weather we had a couple of days ago, it's back to the mid-20s.
Turn left onto Springton Road.
Springton Road we're at now. And we go left for a little while. A little bit of traffic on this road, if you can hear me. A little bit of traffic, but we only go along here for
500 metres, turn right.
500 metres. That's right. Big beasties. Yeah, they're big beasties, alright. Hello, Mr. Kangaroo. How are you, kangaroo? Oh, crikey, there's sheep out on the road here. My golly gosh. It's very, very dry around here. Haven't had rain for months. And the ground is showing it. It's just dust everywhere. What are you doing out here, baby? We're up on the high ridge here, heading for the Barossa Valley. We've got vineyards on both sides. Over that way to the right is an area called Eyre Valley. Some good wines made in that area. We're going straight ahead, following the ridge, pretty much. Nice riding now. We had a bit of a steep climb, a couple of steep roller coaster hills. How you going, dear? Good. Dam there, bit of water in it for a change. Good to see some water in some dams. It's been really dry out here. Either side, coming down to the highway. Vineyards over there, and more vineyards over there. goes all the way down to the creek and goes up this shit for brains hill instead of just following the fucking creek. We had a relaxing night. We stayed in this cabin here to take it easy because we've got a slight problem with Margaret's air mattress. It's delaminated and blown the baffles, so we're probably going to have to wait until we get to Clare, where she'll hopefully collect a new one sent out. So in the meantime, we'll probably stay in cabins and hotels for the next couple of nights. We're here at Tanunda right now, about to head out, head into town and on through the Barossa Valley and follow the Mawson Trail.
You didn't say anything about
we had an interesting experience of a stray cat that showed up at the doorstep just right here.
Here he comes.
And we couldn't carry him with us. This beautiful stray kitten, about 3 months old. So he's had to be passed on to some people at the caravan park here.
She's going to
and they'll look after him. Yeah. They'll adopt him out, so that's a good thing.
Yes, he was a beautiful little thing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought that was him in the box, but it's not.
No. Okay. Right. Impressive Lutheran churches in town, that's one of them. Just heading into Nurpa. A couple of kilometres to go. Vineyards on either side and the railway line. Don't know whether that still runs or not, that railway line. But classic Barossa Valley flatlands here. This is Nurpa. It's more of your typical South Australian country town, a Victorian for that matter. Penfolds winds up ahead. Good old Nurpa. Now we're heading straight north on the old Sturt Road. The Mawson Trail continues through some wineries, some vineyards, a bit of bushland, and straight ahead we're going to go onto a really rough track. This is one of the slightly rougher sections of the Mawson Trail in this part of the world. Two-wheel tracks. Farm track, but it's closed off to traffic, so we've got it to ourselves. Nothing wrong with that. Gosh, it's really dry and bare out here. Drought-stricken times for farmers. No water in the dams. All the paddocks bare. Had a bit of rain yesterday, but not enough to make any change. They need a week's worth of drenching rain. Big house over there with a great big tall palm tree. We've seen a few of those along here in South Australia. Hello boys, g'day. Great old stone buildings around this part of the world. Some of them standing, some of them barely. These are some of those stone buildings that are barely standing. This part of South Australia is full of grand old stone buildings like this. And some ups and downs. Ooh. We've just been in the Kapunda caravan park here, very nice gardens, and as you'll see behind me, quite an impressive entrance to the caravan park. We're heading back into town, get some snacks, and then we continue on the Mawson Trail for about another 30 kilometres to Riverton, and that's the start of the rail trail section out to Clare. Very nice riding. Today's a beautiful sunny day, going to be 26 degrees. And that's pretty much ideal for cycling. And it feels like the wind's a light breeze from the south, so I won't mind that. That'll be a tailwind for us. Lovely old stone built houses here in South Australia, all along the roads. Classic old places. One over there. Homestead. I remember that from last time I was here, following the telegraph line here, telephone wires and the old Stobie poles, iconic to South Australia as well. Maybe they're not telegraph, maybe might be a power line actually. This bit of road, the Cornvale Road, is actually, it's a deviation from the Mawson Trail, and it's actually the Mawson Trail, which is really funny because it's a much better road service. The other bit of the Mawson Trail goes along rougher roads and does 3 sides of a rectangle, whereas we're just doing 1 side of the rectangle this way. We've still got some ground to cover to get to Clare. Well, probably about 50 kilometres still to go, so don't want to muck around too much. This is why it's called Cornvale Road. That's Cornvale Homestead. 1926 it was established. We've just crested Gants Hill. I think this is Gants Hill Road, and there's quite a view out here from the top. Well, the run off Gants Hill, it's a pretty big little bit of a descent. Oh yes, and it's quite steep too. Take it easy on the gravel, on the steep stuff. Oh, it's corrugated. Oh, a steep little run down. I wouldn't like to come the other way, it's a pretty steep climb. Oh. The views of the valley out there. Nice downhill run. Hello boys. That's South Australian ruin. Out in the mid-north you get them like that. Next to the tree. The old shell of a house. Turn right. Farmstead here, great stone building, Leeward Homestead. Out there they got a lot of feed bins, oh, hay bales. They've been eating with their hay bales this season. We stopped for lunch here at Riverton. Riverton's a nice historic town. Got a very pleasant little park here. We enjoyed the park, sat down at the table, rested in the shade, and went down and found a cafe for a bit of a drink. We're heading on now. Next stop is Auburn, about 20 kilometres away. There's a map that shows the route we're taking. You are here, Riverton. We'll do a big loop around heading west for a while towards Rhynie, and then we go up towards Auburn and on.
I'll have to shut the gate.
Yeah. Sheep on the trail. You can see it, there's another old ruin over there, classic South Australian ruin. Cuttings through here, interesting rock formations. They're all new bridges they've built along here, I think. I don't recall, I suspect 15 years ago we went down the gully. A nice shady grove of native pines. Wow, at 4 o'clock on a very warm afternoon, we had 24 kilometres still to go to Clare, but we decided this campsite at Auburn looks nice, and you know, it's got everything we want without being too flash, and a lovely grassy area here. We can put our tent up, and the amenities are close by, so couldn't do anything any better really. And we're right in town, and there's dinner at the pub, and there's a band playing tonight down at the pub too, so if we can get in there, that'll be great. So, looking forward to a night in Auburn. Going back onto the tail end of the Rattler Trail after a lovely night's camp here at Auburn, at a community caravan park, which is really good facilities and a lovely setting. Just going into town for some on the road supplies. maybe. Really nice shady arcade through here, lined with peppercorn trees. The old station building behind us. Yeah, it is by Mount Horrocks Wines. House just here. G'day, how are you? It's a Sunday, everybody's going home. Time to stop for coffee. I can smell the coffee. I can smell the coffee. And this is the start of the Riesling Trail. Follows on from the Rattler. Some sculpted rocks put here sort of to symbolise the Clare Valley. Just come up the trail from down there. And what is it called? Oh, it's called Gathering. That's right. A place of gathering. So we're having a rest break just here. What have you found?
Kangaroos or maybe some other more.
No, they're kangaroos.
Ah, look at
Way up to the, you probably
further
can't
on
see it in the GoPro. They're way
there's
off.
one standing up.
Yep,
Oh,
there's one standing up.
No.
Yeah, there's a few ears perked.
Yes,
A few ears
look at
perked.
ears.
What's going on?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, just information about the indigenous people. Ngadjuri lived all across this land before European settlement. I'm here through this cutting and I suddenly got a big waft of wine press or wine cellar aroma. So there must be a winery very close by, which is a very strong scent. Warm day today, it's supposed to be 30 degrees, so we're trying to get to Clare or thereabouts before 1 o'clock. It's 10 past 12 now. We might stop at Seven Hills, there's a pub there, could get one. And lots of vineyards. Lots of vineyards all across there. Just gone past, I think it's Leasingham it's called, which is a famous wine producer's name too. Gorgeous day, not too hot at the moment, just comfortable for riding. You get over this long gradual pull uphill at Penwortham, I think it's called. We start to run downhill and it's pretty much all downhill to Clare for the last
10 kilometres or so. So we'll like that. Very enjoyable. Down to a crossroads. Oh, there was a bridge there once upon a time. Not now. It's all quiet. And punt up the hill. G'day. Hi. There's a few people out on the trail today, being a Sunday, out for the day rides. Off the station name board, Watervale, and we ride on, still climbing gradually. There we go. Arriving at Clare Caravan Park.